What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Chewburger84 here from the Alternate Reality Network, and we are back with a super quick news update regarding Mysterio. That's right, folks. Those cheeky little data miners have found in the JSON files some outline kit for this character. Now, before I go into details about this, I just want to take a quick sec to do some housekeeping for this channel. So some of you have given me some feedback, and thank you very much for that, in regards to the sound quality of my last two videos with me on camera. Now, I agree with you, it is not up to scratch. Let me explain what's been happening. Unfortunately, my on-camera mic that I use with my shoe mount, that's normally pretty reliable, it broke in the last week. It's away with the manufacturer at the moment. They're kind of being dicks about it, so I'm hoping that Rode comes through soon, otherwise I won't buy their stuff again. So for now, I'm going to go back to my podcasting mic because you guys apparently, for some reason, like to hear my big baritone sexy voice in high resolution. So until I get this solution sorted, you guys deserve better quality, so I'm going to shift back to off-camera work for a little while. Those of you who are probably thinking, well, less bearded fat bloke is probably a good thing anyway. So ladies and gents, let's not waste your time any further, unless you do have great suggestions for camera mics using a Sony DSLR. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to inbox a brother because I need help. All right, ladies and gents, let's do this. So Mysterio's kit, I want to preface this by saying that just because it's been data mined, just because it's in the JSON file, doesn't mean that this kit is finalized. We can already see that there are some parts missing. So while I think this gives us a very good framework as to what Mysterio will probably look like, it may change between now and when it goes live. So don't come hunting old Uncle Chew if it does go sideways. Now, his traits, they're incomplete so far. We do know that he's going to be City, Controller, and Spider-Verse. Obviously, Sinister Six, after the announcement yesterday, even though it's left off this file, does seem to make a lot of sense, considering he is part of the Sinister Six. Now, his basic looks pretty great. So it's going to remove a buff from the character that you're hitting on your single target, do 250% damage, and then when it is upgraded to T4, it looks like it'll actually remove 3 buffs, not 1. So 3 buffs removed on a basic is insane. I really like the sound of this, and I think it suits the rest of this team in regards to being anti-defenders, because it gives you the ability to strip those phenomenal amount of buffs that can appear on Luke Cage with his 3 heals, with his death proof, with his defense up, with his taunt. It allows you to get around him a little bit easier if he does survive long enough to get that taunt off. So I really like this for an anti-defender squad, and there aren't that many characters that can remove that many buffs in general. To be able to do it on a basic is tremendous. Now, his special, it starts at 4 energy and it costs 4 energy, so you can use it right out of the gate. It's going to blind the primary target and also call in 2 assists. Now, it doesn't say specifically that you have to have a Spider-Verse or Sinister Six character for the assist, so I really like the sound of the potential to put him in some other teams as well, not just in the Sinister Six. Now, if your primary target is also a city hero, you can ability block that target. So if the first ability wasn't designed to screw over Luke Cage, this one definitely is. I really like the idea of this particular character in a couple of debuff heavy teams as well. I think he could really cause some issues for a lot of teams. Now, his ultimate looks like it costs 4 as well, also starting at 4 energy, meaning that you can choose to use this on the first turn instead of the special. He seems a little bit like Mordo in that sense, actually. He's going to do 350% AoE damage to 3 enemies. He's going to call in assist to the primary target and then apply heal block to those targets as well. So again, I love this because it shuts down that passive from Iron Fist, meaning that damage that you do before he goes off is not going to be negated like it normally can be with Iron Fist. It's one of the most irritating things about his first turn is that he can shake off a lot of the damage that you've just done to that team. Now, the passive, he's going to give Spider-Verse characters, and I like the idea of this. Not including himself, though, by the sounds of it. It sounds like most of it's going to be from the other 4 characters, not him, per Spider-Verse ally. Now, he's also going to give an extra 20% focus to all Spider-Verse characters, so he's kind of like Magneto's passive for the Brotherhood in that sense. But here's where his really cool mechanic comes in. So on death, he is going to summon Mysterio minions. So at the normal rank, it is going to basically summon 2 Mysterios. At higher ranks, it may summon 2 to 3 Mysterio minions. Now those minions can only basic attack, they don't have a passive. So this means that you may have a group of minions spawn whose only job is to basically keep removing the buffs on the other team. So this is a really interesting kit. I don't think it's game changing, but I think it has some really interesting places out there. I really think that him with a blind heavy team could be phenomenally irritating. I mean, a 4 cost on this ability is pretty good. So if there's any sort of energy sharing within this team, the fact that you can call in assist and get a blind off and maybe ability block city heroes as well, I really, really like his special. There's also some potential synergy here with Kingpin, because Kingpin obviously allows villain characters to do an assist, and we have seen in the past that assists on assists, while it is a low chance, is something that can happen with Kingpin in a squad. I like the idea of him giving characters like Carnage, giving characters like Venom some extra focus, because it means we've got the ability to really go out and do a lot of, I guess, really bleed heavy mechanics on an opposing team. That means that Carnage can take advantage of that by going in on a nuke. We know that the new passive for Vulture means that he can do the same. It also should mean some more reliability for some of those slows, for example, from characters like Vulture. So I think it's an interesting kit. I'm not going to blabber on too much more about it. I like the potential areas he could come in. If he comes out as is, I don't think he's a must-have character. I think he's going to be a fun little side character. He's going to be irritating in the same way that Mordo can be. If you put him in a very DPS heavy team though, where you're going to call assists from, really good heavy hitters for single targets, where, they can debuff on their basic. So for example, America Chavez would be one that if you're calling her in, she does a defense down. So there's a lot of really cool potential synergies across the entire roster with Mysterio. The fact that he's so about giving focus to other Spider-Verse characters, it makes a lot more sense to actually put it on the existing Spider-Verse characters, not so much the Sinister Six, because only a couple of those abilities focus on some sort of a debuff. So it'll be interesting to see how he finishes out. I'm hoping he's not going to be another tech character. I'm hoping they might leave him as a Mystic. That would make sense for me. Again, that's not in the file. We'll have to wait and see. But another 2 tech characters from this squad already, after we've had such a massive year between power armor, between Minerva. The amount of those laser torches and spiky purple balls that we've needed is just insane. So ladies and gents, that's going to do it for today. We just wanted to tag that on because we felt like it was incomplete from last night. Now you've got more information about Mysterio, and now you can start to make some basic plans for, is the Sinister Six going to be for you? Let us know down in the comments if you think you are going to go in on this. I've definitely gone in on Rhino. I don't know if I'm going to purchase the rest. A lot of it's going to depend on their release mechanic. I'm not loving how RNG dependent yet again his campaign orbs look, but unfortunately that looks like the way it's going to keep going into the future. So ladies and gents, of course, I've been Chewburger84. Make sure you stop on by the Strike Force Masters of Launch podcast, available every single Tuesday, for more of this voice on this microphone, talking about Marvel Strike Force with my good buddy Roy. We also want you to check out the www.alternatereality.com website. We have a lot of great podcasts over there. If you like hearing a couple of entitled white guys talking about every subject on the planet, porn and politics might be for you. If you want to escape and hear old Chewburger doing some ridiculous voices as an orc, make sure you check out our Dungeons & Dragons podcast, which is called The League of Extraordinary Dicemen. That's going to do it for the shameless plugging. I really hope you enjoyed this update, and until next time, cheers.